Hello guys, welcome back to the Hitchcock Takeover here on Beyond the Realms, and today I'm going to be reviewing this film from 1946 entitled Notorious. But first up, I'm going to have a drink here of good old reliable Coors Light. Always good stuff. So, Notorious is yet another film from Hitchcock that I've never seen and just blind bought with Christmas money. Several people had that I trusted opinions had recommended this one, and it was one I didn't have, so I figured, you know, why not? I'll go ahead and pick it up. So, for those of you that don't know the story of Notorious, it tells about this woman named Alicia, whose father was a Nazi spy. And, you know, Alicia is just, she's out of it now, she's away from all that stuff, and she's basically just a devastated, broken woman. She is promiscuous. I mean, there's things that lead you to believe and know that she is promiscuous. She's an alcoholic. She's just a troubled soul. She's trying to, like, drown out all of her past, it seems. And she is approached by Devlin, played by Cary Grant, and Alicia is played by Ingrid Bergman, which that name always tongue twister a little bit for me. But anyway, Alicia is approached by Devlin and asked to become a spy. He is like an American intelligence agent or something like that, and he asked her to go and infiltrate this Nazi spy ring that is set up in Rio, and it is basically it's headed by this guy named Alexander Sebastian, played by Claude Rains. And, you know, he's familiar with her because of her dad, so it would be easy to get her in with this. So that's why she's approached about it. She's very reluctant to do it at first, but she eventually does decide to do this. And after she does it, you know, things become much more complicated than what everybody anticipated it to be. Between her real life, you know, circumstances and her acted life that she's putting on with Alexander to get to, you know, to break up the spy ring. Yeah, it just becomes a very complicated situation for everybody involved. But guys, I'm going to say right up front, I'm going to do something I usually don't do. I'm going to score this film right here, right now. This film, no question, without a doubt, is another Hitchcock masterpiece all the way around. There's nothing at all I would change about this film. It is a perfect 10 out of 10 once again, guys. A perfect score for a Hitchcock film. I just can't say it enough. I don't understand how one man can make so many masterpieces. And yet again, here I am witnessing another one. You know, and another thing that I have to talk about right away is the acting in this film is probably the best I've ever seen. I mean, you know, that may be going out on a limb a little bit, but, you know, no, it's not. Fuck that. It's not going out on a limb at all. This is, seriously, some of the best acting you will ever see in any film. I mean, I'm just totally amazed by it. Between Claude Rains, Ingrid Bergman, and Cary Grant, those three in this film are the most flawless that you could ask for when it comes to acting. You know, the relationship that Cary Grant and Ingrid Bergman, God, I can't say that. The relationship that they make, you know, leading up to her infiltrating the group, it's very real, and it's a romantic relationship that they build. Alicia is obviously ends up becoming more interested in Devlin than he is in her. Like, he cares for her, but Alicia really falls in love with Devlin. I mean, like, head over heels falls for him. And, I mean, you see it, too. I mean, it's so real. And, you know, there's one scene in this that I've read about since, you know, watching it, that everybody talks about, you know, is the kissing scene that they have in this. Where, you know, at the time, there were censors where you could only have a kissing scene be so long. So how Hitchcock got around this is he had them kiss, They would talk a little bit, but right face to face, kiss again, move around the room a little bit, kiss again. And it ends up becoming a very long, romantic type scene. And it's very realistic, guys. I mean, it just comes off as these two are totally in love. And, you know, of course, when she does go and meet up with Alexander, you know, things become very difficult because, you know, and this isn't really spoiling anything. This is in basically any synopsis you're going to read. You know, Alexander really falls in love with her, so he wants to marry her. So, you know, Alicia comes back to the American intelligence people and mentions that, and Devlin's, you know, hurt by it. But, you know, at this point, he's already upset because he knows that she slept with him. And, you know, he's like, thinking, you know, why the hell did you do that? She's like, well, that's what you wanted, right? You know, you want me to get close to him. So he's already hurt by this point. And once he thinks about it for a minute, you know, he's basically just like, you know, fuck it, you know, marry him. You know, and everybody else kind of agrees. I mean, he doesn't say that, of course, but everybody else kind of agrees that, yeah, she should marry him because this will, you know, prove that she's loyal to him, and she'll be able to get even deeper into this spy organization. And so, you know, then it becomes an issue with Alexander, where, you know, you think Nazi, you automatically, you know, you think monster, you think bad guy, because it's true. But this is where Hitchcock really shows tremendous genius, is he makes Alexander into almost like a sympathetic Nazi, if that makes any sense. Now, I'm not saying Hitchcock is sympathizing with Nazis or anything like that, but he brings this human, true, real element to the character of Alexander to where you feel bad for him. I mean, he makes him into a real person and shows that this guy, you know, despite being Nazi and despite being a bastard, he does have a human element to him. He does care. He genuinely cares for Alicia, and you really see it. Claude Rains plays this role so awesome. There is a scene where, I won't spoil it, but he figures out that Alicia really, well, not I wouldn't say doesn't love him, but he finds out some things that's going on between Devlin and Alicia, and I mean, you feel for the guy. He is visibly hurt and upset by it. But it's just excellent, guys. I mean, the acting is phenomenal. But overall, you know, the story, it's a great suspense film. There's not any, like, big action scenes or anything like that, like you would see in, you know, 39 Steps or The Man Who Knew Too Much. You know, films like that, you know, they're suspenseful and they have big action sequences. This is more subtle, more subdued. It's a dark tone film, no question about that. And the thing that I love also is, once again, Hitchcock makes very multi-layered characters in this. There's no good and bad guy. It's all shades of gray. And really, well, yeah, there's bad guy, but there's really no good guy in this, no good character. It's basically shades of gray to bad, really. And it works. I mean, it works so well because there's times where you feel for the characters, and there's times where you don't like the characters. And it's just all of those multiple layers that Hitchcock can just so geniusly weave into a story. And it's just amazing, guys. I am just so dumbfounded at how amazing this film is. I cannot recommend this more. This comes with my absolute highest recommendation. It is fucking phenomenal. It's fantastic, and this is just one time watching. I'm already wanting to see it again. It's that damn good. But it is right at 102 minutes long. The Blu-ray, the clarity of it is not, you know, like a Psycho or something like that. That's always one of the pinnacle Blu-rays I compare to when it comes to black and white. But there is a restoration comparison on here where they show how it was. A lot of the pops, the cracks, you know, the lines, and then they show how all that was taken out. So it definitely does look good. It just doesn't look great. You know what I mean? So I'm sure it looks better than it ever has before. But also quickly, I know I'm running a little longer here than I normally would want to. But there's a couple features on here that I watched that are awesome. One's called The Ultimate Romance: The Making Notorious. That is fantastic. It's like a 25-minute long documentary. And then the other one is Alfred Hitchcock, The Ultimate Spy Master. It basically just talks about how, he basically started the spy and espionage subgenre. And it went on from there to 007 and everything else that it's evolved into since then. Very good. This is an excellent Blu-ray to have, guys. Highly recommend it. It's like $17, $18 on Amazon. It's worth it. Well worth it. Buy this now. As Headbanger would say on Horror's Ball, just fucking buy it, guys. So I appreciate y'all watching. Hope you liked the review. I hope I can talk you into watching this. Blah, 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 blah. So yeah, guys, have a good one. Later.